Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Lego Technic Corner. And I'm Mark from the Geek Church, and we're probably going to do a really small show today. I didn't really have a lot of time this week to make a lot of big advanced builds, and the ones that I made, I had to learn a lot from. Seriously. Anyway, as you can see, I'm back in my corner here with my Technic stuff. And this lesson, or lesson 4, is called Gears Can Be Your Friend and Your Enemy. Okay, by that I mean like gears. They're the things that separate Technic Lego from, I don't know, mainstream Lego. I hesitate to do that, but gears show up in the Lego Mindstorms. Anything that's you want to make your Lego more mechanical, you kind of put in a gear there, and it really works. It can do some pretty cool things. You spin something, something happens. A lot of stuff is great. I found that there are places to use them and there are places not to use them. And today I want to open with a place where I tried to use a gear and I couldn't make it work. And I know normally I talk about how I got some really successful projects. You saw those mechanical stuff I made the other week. This time I made some stuff that didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. And so this lesson is going to be very different. Anyway, so let's check this out. Okay, last time we were here at this table, I was showing off kind of some car designs. I hope you like the tablecloth. I've been told that the table was a bit too dirty, so we decided to clean it up a little bit. Now, you might recognize this design, where I had the 2 engines here, and then I put them in motion to let them just kind of rev up. And if you take control using this particular piece, and I realized when I did the last video that I don't think Lego makes this piece anymore. So, I mean, you can probably still find it online or other places. I think they have a different way of doing this. So yeah, I'm old school. So call that what you will. Now, so having these in front and then just giving power to this and giving power to this will create a good steering mechanism. And then you can have this kind of loose in the back, which is what I did. Now, here's the thing I tried to do with a gear piece, and I tried to give it steering controls that are very much like a real steering thing. This was an old school kind of model. It used to be a lot of the Technic models had this really cool way of steering, where basically it's rack and pinion. I'm going to try and get this as close as I can, but the lighting is kind of ruining this, but there is a rack piece here. And yes, it is a nice rack. Let's get that joke out of the way. And yeah, boy, a lot of things are just interfering with this shot. Okay, so there's a rack here that you can see. Now you can see that I made this thing kind of loosey-goosey here. It's purposely that way, and I'll show it on the other side. Basically, there's just these things. So when this slides, when this slides, see how that happens? The wheels actually kind of turn, don't they? Okay, let's get that in the shot. There we go. Okay, you see that now? You see that? Not very stable. This setup I got here with the wheels. In the lesson 2, I talked about if you build it strong. This is not very strong. These will fall off, and they did in a few things. Also, this is not really strong here. The issue is this rack slips way too easily off. And how this is supposed to work is basically I take control with the controller, and this motor is to spin, and when it spins the rack moves. And I can't even really give this a demonstration without showing it jamming up, and honestly it hurts when these things jam up. Yes, gears and stuff can jam up, and honestly you definitely want to avoid that on any model you're working with. So this is a demonstration of what not to do. Now, is there a way to make this right? I mean, there probably is. And I think a lot of it comes down to the speed of the gear. Like, if there was a way I could make this thing turn slower, this gear turn slower, then all it would need to do is just turn the little bit that it needs to do to turn these wheels. Maybe this isn't a good function on this. I think I might have even put one of this in my books and demonstrated this as a good function, and honestly, I regret that because a lot of stuff in my books were done on deadline pressure, and some of the models aren't as good as I really wanted them to be. Okay, so that's what not to do with gears, but I really want to show a good demonstration of gears. So let's get this on. Okay, I have here a box of gears here, and I'm going to just show them off here because, I don't know, I like organizing and stuff. Okay, this is the smallest gear. I believe this is 8 tooth, and I'll put it right, let's put it right there. Hopefully we can see that pretty well. And then we have, I think this is a, I forget what the number is. I want to say 24, but I actually think that's not right. It might be 16. Not certain on that. And then we can go another step up with this gear, a little bit bigger. And then we have the 40 tooth gear right here. I believe this is 40 tooth. This is bigger than Sucker. You can do a lot of cool stuff with him. Now we'll put him right there. Now, we also have these particular gears, which can be used. I think I mentioned that these things can take corners. I'm going to show an example of a project later and how this can do that. But they come in two sizes. They have this size, and there is this size. So basically what it is when one turns, you can actually orchestrate this kind of like this. It's rather cool. So, and then, oh yeah, I haven't discussed these particular type. I'll just take off two of the same color. I forget what these things are called, but these are really handy, and these will turn kind of like this. And they can also do some corners, and I got a project that can really show that off here. All right, I'm going to do something just a little experimental here. Normally I've got a project worked out and I show it to you. This time I'm just going to connect some gears together and we're going to just see what happens. Okay, I might have to do a lot of takes with this or a lot of cuts, but basically I wanted to show you how I set this up. I got this motor here connected to this thing, which is connected to my battery here. Now, this is a controller I didn't really demonstrate last week. I used the other ones. But as you can see, it has some interesting functions. I can turn this, and this will, think of it as kind of like, I'm not really sure to describe this. Imagine just something that it can just turn up the power. I'll give a demonstration right now. Okay, that's a little bit of a notch, and if I go up again, it's a little faster, a little faster, faster. Okay, that's pretty fast, all right. You can see that gear is spinning very, very fast. So, and I can stop the motion by hitting this button underneath it, just like that. So, I probably should have showed that off last week, but honestly, and if you want to like create some variable speeds for your little models, that's the way to go. So instead of this thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab me some connector pegs. We're going to just attach a few things here. So let's just put our thing back on again. And let's get one of these guys on here. So, okay. Whoa, hey. I don't know if I can even make this work. Okay, I can't even make this work. Look at this. There's a big gap there with these through holes. Yeah, so, all right, I guess I can't really do that. Let's try something else then. Let's try, okay. All right, now those are gears that mesh. Let's see how fast that second gear, that is this bigger gear right here, turns. Okay, that turns pretty slowly, actually. See how, even though that first one gear is spinning fast, this one spins rather slowly. Maybe we can use that to our advantage somehow. And we can always pick up the speed here. Yeah. All right, let's put this, pause. Pause, okay. You know, let's try putting on this guy here, see if that's, oh man, we can't even get that thing on there. This guy's kind of, I'm not sure what to even think of this guy. Anyway, can this, I wonder? I'm gonna see if I can make this work. All right. Okay. that seems like that would kind of work, right? Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, those gears are all together and their teeth are all mixed. Let's give them some power. Okay, look at that go. That was pretty cool. Now, actually, there's some really cool studies about these gears. I know this one video that's out there that hopefully I can put a card link to that be really cool, because it basically shows that if you get some of these gears spinning properly, and if you were to put enough power to this battery, you could actually have a clock with a working second hand, minute hand, and hour hand. And that, I think, is pretty amazing. I haven't really made that project, but honestly, yeah, maybe I will someday. Who knows? Okay, so... Alright, so I guess the bigger the gear, the slower it will spin, right? Let's see if that... I don't know. I guess it's... this is probably some physics principle that honestly I don't really know that much about. But hey, you can see it in action here. So... just out of curiosity, I want to try a few things. First of all, I'm going to take off our gears here. Let's see. And I'm going to put on this particular gear. Yeah. Actually, I'll do a few of these, since I happen to have a few. Okay. Let's see. All right. Will this actually fit on there? They don't really mesh together. I didn't really realize that. I always thought these things kind of work together and stuff. But some of the times they work together, and sometimes they do not. And you really have to figure out how this does... Oh no, that's like overlapping that. Dang, man. Okay, so it looks like these gears can only work together like that. I'm going to leave that in there just to give a demonstration. Okay, let's... Okay, since these are two together, these probably only fit... basically, I'm assuming they will spin at the same speed. Just simply are matching it. No big deal there. And if you notice, if one gear turns, say, clockwise, the other has to turn counterclockwise. And then that's kind of like a... So it's kind of like, let's say, if counterclockwise is negative, it's negative, positive, negative, and so on. And basically, it's kind of like that. You have to plan that out for your projects if you want them to spin in a certain way, and a lot of projects are really dependent on that working that way. Okay, now originally I wanted to have like a few Lego projects going on, and I was going to show off some of what you can do with gears. I was only really able to finish this week. This isn't really much of a thing. Basically, this particular guy on the top is awesome. You can put him in there and he'll spin like the turret of a tank. And what it is I put this motor down here and I have him hooked up with this guy, which interconnects with this guy. So this is what I mean by taking corners. And then this links to this gear, which will spin that gear and will spin that. Now, I have a theory about how this will turn. So let's try this out here. But first, I got to connect up the power to this guy here. And we'll see him out. Okay, let's see if we can get this to spin. Oh, yes. It seems like he's a little bit bumpy there. Okay, I'm going to stop him. Okay, there seems to be a problem here. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out this. Like I mentioned sometimes that these things can get out of whack. So I'm not really certain what the problem is there. Okay, let's try it again. Okay. Now, all right, let me see if the tilting of this thing is kind of weird. Here. Oh, shoot. I jammed up. Oh, man, something's up here. Maybe this is not the ideal way to do this. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think I see what the problem is. See this gear? It's not really being held much find much in there, and I think that's causing it to kind of be a little bit loosey-goosey. So I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to see if I can't replace this. This might not work. Let's see. Will this work? I'm going to put this guy on here. You think this guy might work there? I'll try that. Of course, we have to take this guy out. Well, that guy is really in there. Oh, I can't get him out. Oh, I built this so well that unfortunately this is the problem when you build it strong, is you build it so strong that eventually you can't just easily take it apart. So, man, this is what oh, man, okay. All right, I'm going to see about taking this apart. Now, I don't want to bore you with it. So. Okay, I did it, and it was frustrating. I replaced the 2 gears with this 1 large gear. Hopefully I got this set up. Maybe it will spin better. Unfortunately, I didn't exactly put it in correctly. Yeah, this is great here. Yeah. Okay, just to let you know, sometimes building with Lego can be frustrating, especially when you're trying to just take something apart to fix a little thing that you didn't realize that was going to screw you over later on. So, for lack of a better term. Anyway, okay, we're going to put this in here. Now, let's operate this to see what we can get. Hey, look at how smoothly that spins. Also, it's not very wonky, is it? It's a little wonky here. Maybe I could there's probably ways to secure these things in here so they'd be really strong. As it is, it's kind of only one thing holding them in, and as gears, they tend to get a little bit... The more they spin, the more they want to come off what they're attached to. You can really secure them very well here. Notice how slowly this spins. I think it actually spun a lot faster when I had it with 2 gears here. These are kind of things that you got to learn, and things that you'll learn along the way that are really going to help you with your Lego projects in the future. Anyway, I'd like to... This thing is perfect for, like, if you got, say, a crane or something, or a tank that can swivel. You can make it go one way faster. Wow, look at how fast that goes. Shoot, that is a... Oh yeah, I just remember what this thing was called. I think it's called a turntable. And it's obviously looks like... I think I got 2 turntables and a microphone here. A little Lego humor for you, a little 90s humor as well. But seriously, I do use a microphone, and this looks like a turntable. And I think I got, do I have some of these here in this thing? I got a smaller turntable here I could probably have demonstrated. And, yeah, lots of cool stuff. Anyway, as you can see, these things can turn here, and this is like at 90 degrees. There's a lot of things that can work like that. For example, these particular gears can do that. In fact, I wonder if I could just, I'm curious. I wonder if I can actually make this work. All right, so we're going to see some Lego building in action now. And as you can see, man, just getting some of these things off can be a real pain in the butt. But is it worth it? I don't know. I'll let you decide if it is. Okay. All right, I'm just going to take that off here. Put this on here. Now, in theory, this should work. I doubt it. It might not. So, okay. Oh, that's like, oh, okay. I see what type of piece this is. This is like, has a stop at the end. I didn't see that earlier. So, let's get another one of those gears. And let's just go with a different color. I don't even know if that'll work. So, we'll try it. Okay. Is that going to mesh? The gears always have to mesh. Remember that. So, sometimes you gotta really punch it in. I'm not even sure if that'll work. Maybe I'll try a different mode of how you do that. In theory, that could work. I'm gonna try it though. Okay, but this is where you might not be able to see it very well, so. Nah, I don't think that's gonna work here. Yeah, that's not gonna flow, but what if I used a smaller one? Let's try that. Okay, a smaller one like this. Okay, I hope my hands are like, maybe I need smaller hands or something, I don't know. What do you know, that actually, okay, that actually might work. If I had something in between that, maybe? I don't know. All right. Well, I'm going to try this with you, so I'm just going to give this a try. Maybe I'll... Okay, let's try something like... Okay, we're going to add a little bush in between there. And see what happens. Okay. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, that is making it too far. Sometimes these things don't work out. That's just how that works. You build and you build it again. No other way to do it. Anyway, so I think I'm going to conclude the lesson here. Really wasn't much today. But hey, next week we want to come back here. We're going to have a lot of interesting things that we can do with Lego racks and gears. So this is just part one of our gears thing. Well, as you can see, I spent a lot of time at the table today and more on the floor than I did back here in this corner. But hey, I hope you guys have learned a lot. I hope you guys can apply this stuff and these lessons to the projects that you're making. And if you want to give me some tips, I mean, if you want to leave a comment, please. You know, I'm learning stuff here too. And hey, I am by no means a master builder. I don't consider myself a master of a lot of stuff. Check out my books if you want to read more about some stuff that could work for you and whatever projects you're planning. But hey, keep building with Lego Technic, and I love to see what you come up with. Anyway, this is Mark from the Geek Church, signing off.